What's crack-a-lackin' all you Norwegian schnozwanglers? This is your fearless leader Shredda coming at you with another video. So, this topic is, as you can see, Destiny versus other first-person shooters. Now, this is going to be completely my opinion. This is going to be what I thought of Destiny as and what I see other first-person shooters as. And, I'm not a Destiny whore. I'm not a Destiny dick rider. I've played Call of Duty. I play Call of Duty. I've played Halo. I've played a whole bunch of different first-person shooters. So I'm just gonna be giving you my perspective on why I think Destiny differentiates, can't talk, from other first-person shooters. So my main and very first point is that it's made by Bungie. Bungie made Halo, which was one of the best first-person shooters on the original Xbox. I mean, if anybody, oh, there's two cats fighting outside. But if any of you guys tell me otherwise, that it wasn't great on the original, that you and your friends didn't play Halo on a consistent basis, Halo 1, Halo 2, Halo 3, all the way up to ODST, I would say. Because even ODST was good. Like, you would have to be stone crazy. You would have to be stoned out of your mind to say otherwise. When Bungie first thought of Destiny and first told us that they were going to make this a 10-year project, I mean, of course, when somebody makes an outlandish proclamation like that to say, oh yeah, we have a game that's going to definitely last 10 years, I mean, of course you're going to be skeptical. But when we all saw everything that was going to be in this game, just the difference between Destiny and any other first-person shooter, I mean, when you look at it, I mean, Destiny has the RNG just like the computer MMOs, like Diablo and WoW and all of those other games. I mean, it pretty much follows the same concept as those games, but the only difference is that it's on a console. But you don't see too many good MMOs like that on the console, as far as being able to have random drops, raid strikes, the story mode, as well as Crucible. I mean, and just the additions and that they put in, Iron Banner, the Queen's Wrath that only came that one time, Zerg coming every weekend with some type of different exotic or something that you can get your hands on that you don't have. I mean, honestly, Destiny is just all about the pure grind. And you don't see that with too many games. Call of Duty, you have a level grind, but it's not everything grind. You know what I mean? Like, you're grinding to get to a new level. You're grinding to get better armor. You're grinding to get better weapons. Hell, even better shaders. I mean, it literally took up until last week for me to finally get the new Monarchy shader at level 21. I mean, of course, I don't level up my new Monarchy like talking about it, because it's not a huge priority, but I do level it up. And at the same time, you have not only just trying to get those things, but you have the factions that you're dealing with. You have the bounties that you're dealing with. And in my opinion, I think the raid is what definitely brings everything together. Now, I do wish that the raids tied in with the story, as far as once you beat the raid, it unlocked a new story. Like, it unlocked more of the story for you. So like say, like, you beat the whole mission, you beat all of the story mode, and then once you get to the raid, you beat the raid, it connects everything. It starts slightly connecting everything, as far as the speaker and the light and the ghost and the rest of the guardians and all of that. It just starts to connect it. That's where I kind of wish that the raids would come at, as far as being more tied to the story. But I mean, when you have so much to do in Destiny, And I'm not gonna lie, you have a lot to do, because like I said, it's a grind. It's a grind to get the G-Horn or the Word of Crota or whatever you're trying to get your hands on. Not even talking about the raid armor that you have to try to get your hands on, plus the ascendant materials that you need to get you to that max level. I mean, there's just a lot of stuff within Destiny that just completely changes how a first person shooter is. I mean, if you really look at it, even now Call of Duty is using the RNG system when it comes to the packages, the little loot drops and all of that. Every single first person shooter is starting to go to that, massive multiplayer. We're gonna do RNG, random loot shit. The only difference, between Call of Duty and this game is that the story mode, I mean, both I've beaten both story modes in Call of Duty and in Destiny. I mean, Call of Duty was a little bit better just because, I mean, it had a little bit more of a sounder storyline to it. But I mean, Destiny, I always find myself going back to Destiny. I played Call of Duty maybe about an hour, maybe, or if I'm just not having a good game, I'm like, you know what, fuck it, I'm getting on Destiny. I get on Destiny and I start wrecking house, immediately. It just tells you the difference in the game. You have the Crucible. You have the Crucible to where you can get shit in the Crucible. You can get shit doing the strikes. You get shit doing the raids. I mean, there's just so much stuff that you want to try to get your hands on as far as weapons, armor, shaders, the little banners, ships, whatever the case is. And this is just the tip of the iceberg as far as what we're getting. We already got Crota, the DLC. We already got that. I mean, that wasn't really hitting on anything. But we have the House of Wolves possibly coming out this month or next month, or God forbid June. But we have these DLCs that's coming out that can possibly tie in, the whole story, or it can bring in some new stuff, as far as another part of the story that we never known. And the crazy thing is that even though 10 years does sound like a big thing, we have a whole universe. And this is kind of where I don't know why Destiny or Bungie, let me just say Bungie, never really tried to go with adding more planets, more of universes, or whatever the case is. Like, they didn't add too much. They kind of gave us a little bit. They gave us Earth, they gave us the moon, and even on Earth you can't really go too much. I mean, it's practically a big circle. So I mean, there's a lot of stuff that they do. There's a lot of little stuff that they do need to add. But when you look at the overall game versus any other first-person shooter, you'll find yourself playing Destiny more than any other first-person shooter. You'll find yourself playing Destiny more than Call of Duty, unless you're just an extreme Call of Duty fan. And don't get me wrong, I'm an extreme Call of Duty fan, but since Destiny came out, I really haven't touched it. It's really been collecting dust. I think I'm maybe Prestige 3, and on every other Call of Duty that I've played, besides Black Ops, because I just hate that game, I've been max Prestige on every single one. Even on, like, MW3, which I would say is probably my favorite, oh my god, I think I reset twice. Because, I was just leveling up super fast. I mean, but it's just games like that it makes it easy for you to get to those levels. That's why it makes Destiny so much better. Because Destiny, you can't get to those levels so easy. Like, nothing is easy in this game as far as leveling up and getting to that pinnacle point that you want to get to. Or getting that sweet weapon that you want. You can't really, it's nothing easy in there. Unless Xur is selling it on that weekend, you just got to leave it up to the RNG gods. And I think that's another thing that brings people back to this game, is just the simple fact that you don't get what you want in this game. You'd be like, give me Galahorn, or give me Word of Crota, or give me Icebreaker, and you're not going to get that weapon. You might get the same weapon 3 to 4 times, maybe more, the same weapon. the same armor. And as much as it pisses you off and as much as you want to throw the fucking game out the window, you can't. Because you know why? Because you want that weapon. You want that armor. You want to grind it out to finally have that sweet moment of victory to where you're like, you know what? Yeah, you throw up that fist and you're frozen in midair and you're all like, like back in the 80s when they used to do that shit, when you just throw your arm in the air and you're jumping. At the same time, you're like a Hadouken or Dragon's Fist or whatever you want to call it. And you just up in midair, it's that sweet, sweet, savory feeling that you get when you finally get what you want in the game. And that's what definitely separates Destiny from any other first-person shooter. Now, I might make another one to where I'm going into better detail and I bring up statistics and I bring up this and that. But for right now, I just wanted to just give you my opinion on why I thought Destiny was just different from any other first-person shooter, why people gravitate towards Destiny a little bit more than Call of Duty or Borderlands or any other first-person shooter game that's out right now. But this is your fearless leader, Shredda. I'm not going to ramble anymore, and I'm out. Peace.